You're good at a lot of things. It's annoying. You're so good. You're so nah. You're good.
Can you have one flaw, please?
Yeah.
God damn it.
This is the cool dad, by the way.
What's your biggest flaw? What's your biggest flaw?
Biggest flaw. Well, I realized the other day I'm not actually a good person.
Okay. All right. Okay. Elaborate.
Well, because if I'm doing something nice for other people, for normal people, I imagine it's just like, oh, of course. For me, it's like, it hurts me.
What do you mean?
Well, like, okay, if I'm driving.
Oh, actually, we had this conversation. Yeah.
If I'm driving and I have to let someone go, I'm like, God fucking damn you for making me do this.
Because he was in the wrong lane, right? Yeah. Completely the wrong lane. And everyone was lining up in the right lane, which we needed to be in. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, just, go in. Someone will let you in. And then 2 minutes later, there was the opposite situation happened. We were in the
driving I've ever
we were in the right lane.
kept egging me on for the record.
No. And someone else was kind of join our lane, and I was like, "You should let them in because someone else just let us in." And he's like, "I don't want to." I was like, "You're a piece of shit." You did, yeah, because I pressured you, because I made you feel bad about it.
I do it, but
if no one was in the car with you, you would have been like,
I think about all those times where I'm driving and I have to make this exit, and some saint lets me in the lane. He's like, "Fine."
Which is me, because I do it.
Yeah,
it hurts me to do it.
No, I don't want to. If I ever see you drive, I don't want you to let me in. I know you don't want to do it. I'll wait for the next car.
I think it actually makes me a better person because it's harder for me to do it. So if anything, I'm better than a good person.
So why do you do it then if you don't want to do it?
Because
Society.
Societal pressure.
I would say society is working as intended then, because you feel shame for not.
Shit, but society fucking makes me. God damn it.
So let me get this straight. You're sitting there. Bjorn's just finally.
I can't be the only one.
Bjorn's just
You're judging me. Come on.
No. Bjorn's just gone to bed. Bjorn's just gone to bed. You finally get an hour to think. You finally get to relax and think. You think, man.
Yeah.
I didn't let that car in. I'm a bad fucking person.
I don't let it linger.
I don't care.
It's not a big
No, you're
deal.
definitely not the only one, but you're probably the first to admit that society has grounded you.
Well, I think
in that way.
I think it's. I think sometimes you do this thing where I think you're genuinely nice a lot of the times, but there's sometimes where you're like, I should be nice here, and you've decided to be nicer.
Yeah,
and that's a conscious thought that you've made.
Yes,
you didn't think about it, and you didn't just compulsively do it. You're like.
Exactly.
Have the options,
which is way nicer because you're making an effort.
But then I feel like sometimes I'm like, man, am I acting nice? Is that who I really am?
But
I still chose to do the nice thing or perceived nice thing.
This is too deep for me.
Yeah,
I
this
just
is very
want to
deep.
think that I'm good.
But it fucks me out. It fucks me out.
Yeah, that's
actually, I sit there and I'm like, am I a bad person that I didn't immediately think to do?
I think if you
nice
think
thing?
you're a good person, you're not a good person.
But
probably not.
It's also like sometimes you're just also in like the mood to do something nice. I guess sometimes you're just in a happy mood, and doing something nice always be mood dependent?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Do you guys drive here?
Sometimes
fairly often.
I don't know.
I don't have a license.
Brian,
I've only
do you
driven I have a license, but I don't drive too often.
Okay.
All right, hit me with it. What are you going to say?
Well, the reason I realized is because of the blinking that people do. They do use the hazard lights as a thank you.
Oh, yeah.
And I asked Connor, do you count the blinks that they give you? Because in my head, I thought this was like a system that everyone developed.
This dude made up an entire kindness system.
No, people do it. I'm not crazy.
So explain.
Explain.
So basically what Felix is saying is if someone
I don't like what this podcast is making me
if Felix lets someone in and then they go into the lane in front of them and then they click the hazard lights to blink.
To
Felix,
say thank you, right?
Felix is there sitting there being like, they only blinked once.
Yes, absolutely.
What a
Connor only blinks once.
I told him.
That's a slap in the face.
I was like, what are you talking about? I blink once with the
That's insane.
So people use the hazard lights in the car to say thank you, right? And I say, I press it once because I don't want people to think there's a fucking hazard.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because
just press it once.
No one uses it once.
Yes, they do on highways. On highways, they do.
You do it once as like a thank you, and that's
No.
They should be. That's
because
gratitude.
any more than that, you're going to be like, they're actually in trouble.
Listen, here's how it works. 3 blinks is like, oh, dude, thank you so much.
4 is way too much.
No,
that is
just,
way
I'm about
too
to get in an
much.
accident now.
I do really nice things sometimes. I expect a 4.
Just leave it
I
on.
don't know what to do.
Why turn it off? Just say thank you the entire car ride.
A 1 is like, fuck off. That was
What?
Yes,
No
it is.
blinks is fuck off.
No one does it one. That only Connor does it. I
So
never.
no, that is not
What
true.
is this? The American tipping system right now?
Yes, it is. I don't
You
know.
only
It's
gave
something.
one blink. How bad was my service?
Well, I guess I'm just that nice driving then because I never get it one.
How many times do you do it?
All the time.
No, well, like how long? How many blinks?
Well, 3 is like I said, thank you so much.
Yeah.
2 is like,
This is
all right,
crazy,
thank
right?
you, appreciate it. So it depends.
You never heard of
this
something
is why you don't let people
Yeah,
through because
okay.
they only blink to you once, so you didn't think they're ungrateful.
Exactly.
They're like, no one's ever grateful enough.
We're saying that the amount of, you know, when you do the hazard light, say thank you, it doesn't matter how many blinks you leave it on for.
It matters.
Does that mean how many thank yous you're giving?
Yes, it is.
That's why I leave it at least 3.
Yes!
No!
Yes!
What?
Let's go! At least 3!
Crazy. No, I'm Googling this.
Because because 3 and more there's a fine line between, oh my god, I appreciate this so much, and help me.
I was driving.
So glad you're here.
If someone does 2 to me, I'd be pissed.
Yes! That's right! That's right!
What?
Thanks! No! And what would 1 be?
1 is just disrespectful. I would
Yes! That's it!
No, you.
That's
no.
it!
Oh my.
No!
What are you talking about?
1 is the same as like getting flipped off.
Okay, Reddit is saying twice.
I've
is the
never
optimal.
heard
in
of this.
between everything.
In between everything.
Reddit
Yeah.
doesn't know fuck all.
This is like a language that some people have made for themselves and no one else is following.
Like
You guys have made up this language.
I'm
you
not
guys
crazy.
Learn this because this isn't in any like driving.
What, the
school.
thank you?
Yeah, the thank you.
I think it's like a virus. It spreads. Like you just see a guy doing it, you're like, oh, that makes sense. I'll do that next time someone
Because
does
they-
it.
do they
Because
do
that's
that
how I
in the
learned.
they do that in the UK, and I was
Okay.
like, Dad, why are you putting the hazard lights on? And then he was like, Oh, I'm just saying thank you.
Okay,
son."
That's the
they-
most annoying shit in UK. Because it's always dark and then they hazard light. You're like, fucking, I didn't need that.
Yeah, that's
thank
why
you.
we only blinked
Yeah.
once. Come on.
You know, to show real kindness, I just get out of my car and thank them. I leave. I
You
go.
use the front lights. The
Yeah. To
Yeah.
get someone's attention.
That's what I mean, not the hazard lights. You use the hazard lights in UK?
I use the front lights to get someone's attention.
Yeah.
I felt like
They say thank you in UK with it.
yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
Especially on like country
Well, no,
roads.
like it's like what if someone lets you in? Then you say you flick because they can't see your hazard light, so you flick the front ones to say thank
Yeah,
you.
but they blind you. I don't like it. That's a
Oh
dumb.
my
That's a dumb
God.
thing. I
Oh
hate that.
my!
Okay,
God.
'cause
You drive a Tesla. It drives the car. Okay, you don't drive the car.
It's reasons like this that I like every time I go to a new country, I'm fucking shitting my pants about what the rules are because every rule is different. Okay, say you're like
in
at a
Japan.
junction.
Super respectful driving rules. You have to bow after. You have to stop
to
the
leave
car
the
and
car,
bow.
yeah.
So this is something I learned when I was like moved to Thailand. So you're at a junction, right?
Yeah.
And there's a car coming, and he blinks twice using
Letting you go.
using front lights. What does that mean?
He's letting you go. He's saying, "Go ahead."
So in Thailand, if you see that, that means do not fucking go because I am not going to slow down. So
That's psychotic behavior.
My brakes are broken.
There should not be a signal for that. You shouldn't be allowed to communicate that.
No, that
You
makes
know what
sense.
would be perfect
that
for
makes
that?
sense.
Hazard
No, because this motherfucker would be going down the highway, fucking flicking it the entire time.
You egg me on when I drive.
No.
I'm a super nice driver.
No, okay. The only time I egged him on is there was a long line, and the
You're like,
people-
just take advantage.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the Japanese kindness. That's what he told me.
the line was literally, it was like an hour long, and I was like, we could do. Listen, we're on a tight schedule here. Drive to the front and merge and cut in. Be a dick.
Right.
You were
And he
like
did it.
devil on my shoulder.
And he did it,
Like,
and we
can't do that.
got through right away. It's a huge dick move. Don't do this, but we were in such a rush, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one feels to be like, that's a great idea.
and I shouldn't have taught him. I shouldn't have. He wanted someone to just acknowledge him and say it to him.
But now I'm the good person, you know?
You're like, Connor, are you
not the
sure?
bad
Are you
person.
sure, Connor? Yes, I'm sure, Felix. Well, geez, I guess, Connor. Skipped like 100 cars, cut right in before the turn off. It was so weird.
Oh. Yeah, that's an asshole thing to do. Don't do that unless
He also doesn't tip in Japan. What a damn joke.